Today's question is: what are the characteristics of viruses and the role of vaccination? Did you know that viruses are not really alive, but they are not completely lifeless either? They need a host, like humans or animals, to survive and multiply. Even though they are super tiny, they have caused big changes in history. In this video, we'll talk about what makes viruses special and how vaccines help protect us from them. But what exactly is a virus? A virus is a tiny, non-living particle that can infect living organisms and replicate inside their cells. Unlike bacteria, viruses are not considered living organisms because they do not have cells and cannot reproduce on their own. Now let us study the general characteristics of viruses. Viruses are not made of cells. Unlike bacteria and other microorganisms, viruses lack cellular structures. They are smaller than cells. Viruses are so tiny that they can only be seen under an electron microscope. They have a simple structure, a nucleic acid core, or the DNA or RNA. This contains the virus's genetic information. A protein coat, or the capsid. This protects the genetic material. Some viruses have an envelope that surrounds the capsid. They come in various shapes, including helical, a spiral shaped like the tobacco mosaic virus; icosahedral, a 20-sided like adenovirus; and complex with tails like bacteriophages. Viruses need a host to reproduce. They cannot multiply on their own. They must infect a host cell to make copies of themselves. Now, let us explore the question: how do viruses multiply? Viruses can only reproduce when they infect a host cell. There are two main types of viral replication. The first one is the lytic cycle, or the fast and destructive. The virus attaches to a host cell. It injects its DNA or RNA into the cell. The viral genetic material takes over the host's functions and forces it to make copies of the virus. The host cell bursts or the lysis, releasing new viruses to inject more cells. This leads to quick infection and destruction of host cells. Example: the common cold follows the lytic cycle, causing symptoms immediately. The second type is the lysogenic cycle, or the hidden and slow. Instead of bursting the cell immediately, the virus incorporates its genetic material into the host's DNA. The host cell continues to function normally while the viral DNA stays hidden inside it. Every time the host cell divides, it also copies the viral DNA. The virus can remain dormant for a long time until it gets activated by stress, chemicals, or lack of food. Once triggered, it enters the lytic cycle, causing an outbreak. Example: the herpes virus follows the lysogenic cycle, staying hidden for months or years before reactivating. And now, we will discuss the role of vaccination. Your immune system is your body's defense against infections. It fights off harmful viruses and bacteria to keep you healthy. However, some diseases are highly contagious or severe, making it difficult for your immune system to respond effectively on its own. This is where vaccines play a crucial role. How do vaccines work? Vaccines prepare your immune system to fight infections before you even get sick. They work by introducing a harmless form of a virus or bacteria into your body, allowing your immune system to recognize and respond to it. Vaccination is one of the most effective ways to keep yourself and your community safe from infectious diseases.